Imagine walking into school one morning, and before you even reach your first class, a camera scans your face and flags you as a threat. Not because you did anything wrong, but because the algorithm misread your skin tone. That might sound like something from a sci-fi movie, but it actually happened in some schools in New York, testing facial recognition for safety. The system claimed to be neutral, but the harm it caused was anything but.
It's wild how often that we hear that AI is the future, like it's this perfect intelligent system that will fix everything and make us more efficient, more connected, and even more human. But we rarely stop to ask who's designing it and who's really benefiting from it.
Exactly. I'm David.
And I'm Manuela.
And this is the myth of the neutral machine, where we take a closer look at the stories we tell about artificial intelligence and what those stories hide. Let's start with the story most people already believe, the dominant narrative about AI. It goes something like this. AI is smart, neutral, and unstoppable. It's logical, it doesn't make emotional mistakes, and it's going to make life easier for everyone.
Yeah, we see this idea everywhere. Tech ads promise AI for good, and movies show robots learning to love. News outlets describe AI as an unstoppable wave of innovation.
And they trust AI automatically. If a machine says it's right, we believe it, because we think machines don't have bias or emotion.
But that's the problem. AI sounds like it exists out of human influence when, in reality, humans are behind every piece of data and code.
Exactly, and if humans carry bias, then AI does too. But the story we've been told, the one about AI being objective, makes it hard to see that.
Let's talk about the more biased part. In 2018, Joy at MIT found commercial facial recognition systems were almost perfect at identifying a white man, but had error rates up to 30% for darker skinned women.
That's a huge difference, and those systems weren't just sitting in labs. They were being used by police, airports, and schools.
Exactly. Imagine being misidentified by a machine that people treat like it can't be wrong. That's terrifying.
It shows how dangerous it is to believe that AI is neutral story. It makes us forget that data itself is shaped by inequality.
Right, and if the data mostly comes from one group, say it's white men, then AI will learn to recognize them better than others. Bias doesn't disappear, it just hides in the technology.
It's kind of like putting a filter over the world that only shows one version of the truth, and then calling that objectively.
Yeah, and people will get hurt when the filtered version of the truth decides who's worthy, who gets a loan, and who even gets arrested.
There's another part of the AI story that most people don't know about, the invincible labor behind it.
You mean like the people who actually trained AI?
Exactly. Every AI model, whether it's a chatbot, a recommendation system, or an image generator, depends on human workers labeling data, cleaning up mistakes, or filtering harmful content.
A lot of that work happens in developing countries, right?
Yeah, for example, The Guardian reported that OpenAI hired workers in Kenya to filter out disturbing material for less than $2 an hour. They were exposed to violent, traumatic images every day just so AI could appear safe for users like us.
That's awful. So while tech companies talk about automen, they're still relying on cheap human labor and just hiding behind the screen.
Exactly. Mary Gray and Siddhi Suri call it ghost work, invincible human labor that keeps the AI machine running.
Ironic, isn't it? The same technology that's supposed to eliminate human error and labor but still depends on people. But the people are being erased from the story.
And that's what makes this dominant AI narrative so powerful. It hides who's actually doing the work and who's paying the price.
So if the story we've been told about AI isn't true, how do we rewrite it?
I think it starts with who gets to speak. The people most affected by technology, workers, people of color, women, should have a say in how it's designed and used.
Yeah, we need to stop treating technology like it's automatically progressed. Just because it's something new doesn't mean it's fair.
Exactly. Maybe the goal shouldn't be AI that replaces humans, but AI that helps humans.
Right. AI for care instead of AI for control.
That's the future I want to imagine. Systems built with empathy, privacy, and fairness at their core.
And that part means changing the way how we talk about AI. Instead of saying the algorithm decides, we should say people designed the algorithm to decide this way.
Yeah, because once we name the people and the power behind technology, we can start to hold them accountable. So maybe the real myth isn't just that AI is neutral. It's that progress automatically equals justice.
Exactly. Technology can't fix inequality if it's built in inequality.
But if we start to challenge these dominant narratives, if we tell different stories about what intelligence, fairness, and humanity really mean, then maybe we can build something better.
AI doesn't replace people, but it reflects the best part of them.
I'm David.
And I'm Manuela.
Thanks for listening to The Myth of the Neutral Machine.
And remember, question the code.